How's it going, everyone? In today's video, we will be ranking many variants that some of you Skylanders fans have never seen before. These are all from the free-to-play mobile game Skylanders Lost Islands. In this game, you would use gold and gems to build houses and community buildings to increase your map's mobu population. Skylanders were necessary as well to finish tasks and adventures across the map, which was actually great for gaining experience and coins. Lost Islands variants, which were actually called alter egos, were attainable by limited time deals in the shop based on the season. In this video, we will be ordering all the 27 alter egos from worst to best and placing them in a tier list. So let's get started. But before we rank, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit my goal of 250 subscribers before the end of the year and would really appreciate your help. Also, I will be leaving a link to my Discord server in the description of this video. This server is almost at 50 members, and we talk all things Skylanders ranging from memes to collections to new news about Skylanders U2s. Also, I will ask all of you for suggestions and votes of what I should do for future content and my Nuzlocke live streams. So please consider joining. Now, putting the advertisements aside, let's start the ranking. In the D tier section, coming in dead last at number 27, we have Builda Grilla Drilla, which released in May 2014. Overall, I'm very bored with the design. They just changed his armor's plates from a gold to a burnt copper and gave him a hard hat with a life symbol on it. I do understand it fits the theme of him being a drilling Skylander, but it just does not seem at all that clever. At number 26, we have Sunday Slobbertooth, which released in July of 2014. This is another variant that just makes me scream, why? It's more creative, I guess, than Grilla Drilla, but they didn't even try changing his skin or shell color. They truly just spilled their ice cream all over Slobbertooth. At number 25, we have Skeletal Cinder, which released in October 2013. This is definitely a step up from the last two, but it isn't wowing me at all. They really just plopped a skeleton costume on Cinder and called it a day. The only thing that makes it pop for me is the mask. I really like how it looks on Cinder's model in this game. Our first variant, making it in the C tier at number 24, is Fortune Funnybone, which released in March 2015. I really like the effort that was put in for the color changes, which they really did use his green eyes and tail tip to their advantage. Though, it still does feel very random for this character, like he really just doesn't relate to St. Patrick's Day at all, and the design doesn't wow me enough to put him any higher than low C. At number 23, we have Holiday Washbuckler, which released in December 2013. Similar to Skeletal Cinder, this is just Washbuckler with a Santa costume. Nothing else was changed, not even his sword and water blaster. Although since I feel the Santa costume does really fit him well and contrasts nicely with his blue skin, there's nowhere else I could put him other than mid-C tier. At number 22, we have Autumn Stump Smash, which released in September 2013. At first glance, I thought they changed his tree part to a lighter color, but I really can't tell. But the main change to this variant is the fall foliage on top of his head. Not a crazy change, but I feel like Stump Smash was a perfect pick for a fall themed variant in this game. At number 21, we have Hallows Eve Hex, who released in October 2014. I love the name, but just not impressed by the design. It's not that it did anything wrong, just really some of the colors didn't work in my eyes. At number 20, we have the first alter ego that was made in Lost Islands, who was released in February of 2013, Cupid Flameslinger. Making Flameslinger a Valentine's variant is truly a slam dunk pick. There's nothing bad about this design, I just would have added a bit more. At number 19, we have Birthday Bash, who released in November 2013. This probably should be ranked much lower, but I really find the party hat and balloons really funny for the Bash's tough character look. Also, I'm not sure because I didn't play the game back then, but it looks like Bash floated with his balloons in the promotional art. At number 18, we have Charming Cobra, which released in February 2015. This is definitely the better Valentine's alter ego, but the thing that brings it down a bit is how similar it looks to King Cobra, which was a real variant in Skylanders Trap Team. It was smart how they used his charming flute as a Valentine's pun, though. At number 17, starting us out in the B tier, we have Mary Snapshot, who was released in December 2014. This is a much better Christmas alter ego, as his weapons do change to a candy cane and a wrapped gift, unlike Holiday Washbuckler. One dislike I have, though, is how they change his skin to more of a green color, and it just really looks off. At number 16, we have Firework Zook, who released in July 2013. This is a lot more subtle of a variant change, but it definitely fits with the character. Not my favorite design, but I really have no complaints for it, so let's move on. At number 15, we have Flip Flop Frino, who released in August 2014. First of all, I love the name, it really rolls off the tongue. I also love how they gave summer variants some love in this game, as we never saw summer variants or even waves in the mainline games. My complaints are that it just looks a little off, especially the sand bucket on his head. It just makes his ears look weird, in my opinion, but I really can't put my finger on it. At number 14, we have Buddy Wrecking Ball, which released in May 2013. This is the only spring variant that is in the Skylanders franchise that is not Easter themed, and it's definitely something. I don't understand why he's in the shape of a flower, but it doesn't look bad at the same time. The vibrant colors really pop and mesh well together for his character. I really like that they use Wrecking Ball as well because he never got a variant in the mainline games, and he is a really popular character. At number 13, we have Mystic Starstrike, who released in September 2014. I want to put this higher due to the attention to detail and the Skylanders element playing cards in her hand, but I really just can't. I can totally see this higher in another person's ranking and would not judge them at all. At number 12, we have Lucky Boomer, who released in March 2013. This is a variant I do recognize from the 2010s. I never played Lost Islands, but I do remember seeing promotional material in the App Store. This is just such a peak design and is the greater St. Patrick's Day variant. Fantastic pick of a Skylander for this holiday. At number 11, and starting us out in the A tier, is Gourmet Gusto, who released in May 2015. This was actually the last alter ego ever released and a lot of people's favorites. I love how they gave a character that's known for his big belly a chef costume. Also, changing the boomerang to a loaf of bread was very clever. Starting us out in the top 10, we have Rocky Egg Roll, who released in April 2015. One thing I absolutely love is the rock changing shape and colors to fit the Easter egg shape and color. I love the bunny ears on Rocky Roll and him having a paintbrush and bucket, but really my major problem is I don't think the hot pink looks good on his skin. At number 9, we have Grill Master Chop Chop, who released in August 2013. This is the better food theme variant, as his sword changed to a skewer with a hot dog, and his shield turned into a pan. Absolutely amazing detail, and if you look closely, his apron has a burger that's in the shape of a troll's head. At number 8, we have Frosted Food Fight, who released in October 2014. The name is great and really rolls off the tongue. I love the tomato changing into cupcakes, it really looks amazing. But the main thing that sells me is the dark blue to light purple color change from the bottom to the top of his body. It is absolutely a vivid coloring and it looks fantastic. Starting the S tier at number 7, we have Snoller Brawl, who released in December 13. Another great pun on a variant name, and the attention to detail is just absurd in this alter ego. The colors work amazing together. The snowman for a mask, shoes, and arm pads looks fantastic. She even has a red scarf with mittens. I view all the S tier variants truly a 9.5 to 10 out of 10. At number 6, we have New Year's Eve Countdown, who released in January 2014. The 2014 hat with the eyeglass and the darker scheme just looks fantastic. Truly, there is no other Skylander that could have fit the New Year's theme better. At number 5, we have Hoppity Hop Pop Fizz, who released in April 2013. This is another variant I've seen pop up multiple times across social media, and for a good reason too. Him looking like a bunny with his potions as Easter eggs just fits him so well. You know you cooked when you have me regretting not playing Lost Islands, as I'm recording this video and actually talking about this variant and regretting my choice of not playing it when I was younger. At number 4, we have Buttered Popthorn, who released in June 2014. This is the variant I recognize the most from my childhood. It's very simple, but so effective of a variant. The name is a 10 out of 10, and the 3D glasses, movie reel in his mouth, and popcorn bucket on his head just seals the deal of this being a 10 out of 10 variant. At number 3, we have Knockout Jawbreaker, who released in November 2014. What can I say other than just wow? Very creative idea. The blue headgear with the red boxing gloves is just such peak. Not to mention the championship belt having the tech element in the center. At number 2, we have Surfer Slam Bam, who released in June 2013. Just another amazing 10 out of 10 variant. Who could have guessed that they could make a winter themed Yeti and make him the best summer variant ever? The surfboard with a water symbol, the popping pink skin with the orange flowers, and teal swim trunks. This variant truly has it all. At number 1, to no shock to anyone, it's Admiral Thumpback, who released in September 2013. So, although I started my TikTok and YouTube channel in March of this year, I have known for at least 5 years that I was going to use this variant as my persona if I ever pursued YouTube and TikTok. I always wanted Thumpback to have a variant ever since I was a kid in 2012. I remember scouring the internet for the Thumpback variant in 2013, and I would see those custom, like, fire themed Thumpback pictures that I believe Skylander Boy and Girl did, but I'm not sure. When I came across Admiral Thumpback, I was ecstatic. Unfortunately, I realized he was only a variant in a mobile game and was so disappointed. To be honest, knowing how much I loved Thumpback as a kid, I'm surprised I didn't play that mobile game. But yeah, here's a tier list, everyone. This is the final draft, so make sure to get your last look in. Let me know what you agree or disagree with in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate you liking and subscribing and seeing, and again, the link to my Discord is in the description. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. See ya.